We're all excited to have you coming to our Gay Pride on April 15th. For fans that have never seen your show, what can they expect?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a concert with a band, but, we have a lot of fun. I tend to do some of the remix stuff, which I think, my gay audience actually they're knowledgeable of, they're fans of, and I try to keep it up tempo to some degree and have a lot of fun and stuff they're familiar with.
How would you say Gay Pride audiences are different from your normal concert venues?
Well, just like I said, it's not a band show generally. They're usually absolutely there with bells on and ready to have a great time.
I hear you're working on your 5th album now. How is that coming along? Any release date yet?
Exactly. That's why I apologize for calling late. You're writing material. You're coming from an honest place. I'm nervous. I'm excited, and it's a real process, because there's a lot in it for me. I've to as an artist show people how you've grown and how you've changed, but at the same time you want to carry through what their expectations are and what your expectations are, and feel truthful at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Are you writing a lot of the songs on the new album?
Yes, I am. A lot of them, yes.
And I read in past interviews that you prefer doing ballads nowadays to show off your awesome vocals. But I know a lot of fans, including me, enjoy the more rocky Taylor Dayne, like right now, Shelter. Can we expect any of that on the new album?
It's actually soulful, but it tends to have a little bit more R&B, I have to say. But to me, that's rock too. I always had an edge to my voice, so I wouldn't say that it's not rock and roll, but it isn't a rock record. It's not like a Kelly Clarkson, since you've been gone.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Crash, this brilliant new tune that fans have said is one of Taylor's greatest songs they've heard? And how does that make you feel?
Here's the thing about Crash. It was one of the first songs I've actually, demoed up this record, and we started performing it live, and the fans had a real love for it, What can I say?
I've heard it, and I think it's just great.
Yeah. They responded to it beautifully, so it's looking like it's a has to be for this record,
Yeah, I've heard it, and it's awesome. It's just great.
Oh, thank you. All right, well, there you have it. I think we're going to tweak around with production on it a little bit, but we're having a good time.
I've seen you many times in concert, and in recent years you seem to be much more happy and excited to be up on stage. Do you feel you're in a good time in your life?
I just think I think there was that period of time where I just felt like I was going through the motions, which I think a lot of artists get to that place. And since I have my kids, and you just try to find different reasons for doing what you're doing, and enjoy it more.
And speaking of your kids, do you remember when you found out that you were having 2 mini Taylor Daynes instead of 1? Did you freak out?
Yeah, I was in New York, and let me tell you something. I thought I was having 3. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh my God, it's all numbers, it's all hormones and surges, and you're like, what? Oh my God.
A few cuss words came out?
What?
Did a few cuss words come out?
I don't know about that, but I was like, you're kidding. No, I don't think anything came out. I think I was speechless. How about that?
All right. And Sam,
I think I was like, you're kidding me. Whoa.
You travel so much. How hard is it to travel and handle motherhood at the same time?
I'm going to let you know, I've been, sometimes it's a real wear and tear. I will say that. Traveling is what really can wear and tear at you. I got a big month and a half ahead of me now. Woo!
Wow.
So, a lot of traveling, a lot of working in New York with different producers, so the game's on, It's a challenge, I won't lie. And especially with security, the way it is at airports, it's no more fun.
Fans comment on your beauty constantly on your website, especially your MySpace. How did that make you feel?
Oh, really? What do they say?
They say you're beautiful. Awesome. Great look.
Well, just coming from the gym and really trying hard, I just think that it's a lot of work, but it does, just staying on top of it, feeling good, eating well, all of it. It's a constant challenge and a balancing act. But when you feel good, everything around you just clicks, just works. So I appreciate the love. Thank you, fans.
And are there any tracks from your past albums that weren't singles but you wish they were?
Oh my God. Let's think. Well, I always thought Always should have been the first single, although I love Can't Get Enough of Your Love. Carry Your Heart. I'm a big fan of Soon As My Heart Breaks. I just think that's such a great film / something. I don't know yet. But I will. I'll let you know.
And Tell It To My Heart started it all way back when and is now an anthem. How do you feel about the song looking back?
Just like you said, it started it off. It's an anthem. So Rick and I found that song. We produced it. What else? What's to say?
And Love Will Lead You Back was your first #1. Do you remember what you were doing and your reaction when you heard it went #1?
Yeah, I was doing what else?
Did you freak out? Were you excited?
He just knew we had to get it to #1 because there I was going to sing it, and I wanted him to say, #1 this week, Taylor Dayne, Love Will Lead You Back. And here she is singing that #1 song.
And are you still looking for a Grammy these days?
Are you kidding me? Now I'm looking for Oscars, honey.
You've had a hardcore fan base over the years that have stayed with you on and off the charts. How does that make you feel to know you have such supportive fans?
Well, it's like anything. I mean, the support is, nowadays, it's more than ever you need the support, especially as you go into your MySpaces and your YouTubes and you get to see it. I mean, there's such an instant awareness and an instant plug-in with your fan base, and staying on top of everything can be a real challenge, but I have to just say that there's nothing finer than performing for your audience and these people that have stuck by you for all these years and are really willing to go the distance with you. It's quite an amazing thing to say and to know that you have. They're an incredible team. I mean, these are people like Gene and Troy. I'm not going to get into all that, but that take care of me diligently on my MySpace and my YouTube and just keep me aware and my message board through my own official site. You know, I have utilized this fan core. I have utilized some incredible people through this, you know, through my fan base.
Well, I noticed too that you go out of your way to thank your fans. Like after your concerts recently, you take your time and you know do meet and greets with all your fans, and you stay until the last fan is.
I learned that watching some country artists who I really admire. And I just said before it gets, you know, while it's not so crazy, while it's possible, let's do it, you know.
And well, speaking as a fan, I can say every time is just wonderful, and you're so nice and polite. Where a lot of people today in your business don't really take that time and address their fans the way they should.
Maybe, I mean, but those big tours, it's not like they can or they can't. But, you know, if they try to do it on MySpace and stuff like that, it's all good, you know? And through their YouTube site, if they can do something like that, it's pretty cool. But, I mean, you know, for me to do it after a concert, I'm in a position where I can. I'm not doing, you know, it's not impossible. And plus, I buy merchandise afterwards. But I mean, Cyndi Lauper still gets out there and does some stuff. You know what I mean? People do it. They do it.
Yeah. Besides the live DVD to be released soon, I hear you're working on an autobiography. What can you tell me about that and any juicy tidbits you can reveal?
Well, it's funny, but as you go back and you start really tearing it apart, it's all anecdotal, you know. Everybody wants to hear the stories and the certain things, and I'm working with a couple of different writers and just different perspectives, but one thing I learned, and one thing that keeps coming back, is it has to be my voice, because the way I tell it is better than I think anybody else can. There you have it. I don't know, we'll see. It's not, you know, done by any means, and it's a process, but it's been very interesting, and I wrote some really funny stories, just like when I found out I was doing the Michael Jackson tour and where I was, and just what I said to my road manager, just things like that. It's very funny and cute, and then, you know, just a little bit of, you know, bits and pieces of storyboard, going back, you know, growing up, things, situations, family. You know, the core of who I am, but not, I think, delving so, I don't know, at first I thought I was going to delve very deeply into it, and now I feel like maybe it should be a little bit more, I don't know, what's the word, just shorter chapters, real short to the point, fun, and get on to the next one. Now, people have the capacity to really, I think it's better that way, with those shorter attention spans to really get to it and get to the punch, but have a good time. I'm not saying everything is like that, but I'm just saying I was advised that maybe that's possibly better because, 3 to 4 page little chapters are kind of fun. No, it just reads fun. It just reads. It's clever and it's fun. But we're getting into specifics, as opposed to content, but I'm just telling you.
What is your definition of success, and do you feel you've achieved that?
Well, I feel like looking back, I could say absolutely. On paper, there's absolute successes. I'm part of that 1%. I've achieved the goal. I went for the dream. And I nailed it. The goal changes every 3, 6, 9, 12, 3 years, 5 years. It changes. And therefore, success is me sitting home at times and looking at my kids, being able to, I guess, for me personally, that kind of success is being at peace and knowing that I'm at the right place at the right time. And that's fleeting. That's the challenge for me. That's success, feeling good, exactly where you are at that exact moment. That, to me, is a definition of success, whether that's the financial, whether it's knowing I went for it with the kids, even though the situation isn't perfect, I went for everything I've wanted. So that is success, and maintaining it and creating more and staying creative. And in this process is, to me, and enjoying it, feeling I'm at the right place at the right time. That, to me, is the peace and then the feeling of success. That would be my definition.
Okay, and I do want us to say thank you for your time.